Hi, my name's Amy Andrew. I'm a professional boxer. I'm mum to a 2-year-old. I'm married to another professional boxer, and I'm one of the owners to this gym here, Rival Boxing Gym, King's Cross. We have some really interesting people that come along to the gym. Lots of people working here who are involved in boxing or MMA, and so we wanted to find out a little bit more about kind of the background to being involved in boxing and martial arts. Every time you say you're going to retire, then you have another fight. Was that ever the same with you?
Retiring is tough when you're still in there mixing it up with the current professionals and taking rounds off of them. There was a pivotal point where I took 3 losses in a row, 2 broken hands and a broken nose, and I was like, yeah, I'm done. I make fun of how short he is. I make fun that he's I'm towards him.
What a lucky guy.
But you know what? He'll turn up every day. If I tell him kill, he'll kill.
You know, Ash and I, we're actually from the same era.
Yeah.
When we came up, it was the Wild West. No one's checking your gloves. When you come up in the Wild West, you become a cowboy.
Yeah. Hi, my name's Amy Andrew. We're at Rival Boxing Gym, King's Cross. I'm here with Ash and John. I brought in 2, well, obviously John owns the gym as well, but 2 probably of the most controversial people ever, because I thought we'd get off on a level that, where everyone can laugh. But I wanted to talk to you guys because I feel like I've known you forever. Obviously, John, I feel like I have known you forever. John has coached me for many years, and been all different countries for all our different fights, and we obviously set up the gym together. Ash, always been terrified of you.
Everyone says that. I don't know why.
Because you're so cool.
I'll take it.
But yeah, and then now I watch your classes and not so scared of you and think you're absolutely incredible coach. But I think where I've known John for so long, and then he was fighting and then kind of retired and stuff, and just watching kind of people who are amazing at their sport and that's everything, and just kind of when they stop doing their sport, I just, you can see what a lifestyle change it was. And I just thought it'd be really interesting to talk to amazing athletes and just what they've done since retiring and stuff. So anyway, Ash, do you want to talk a bit about yourself and what you do and how you got into your sport and stuff?
I went from being one of the MMA pioneers from the UK, and now I'm the #1 coach, in my opinion, in Europe, slowly to the world stage, I would say.
#1 coach in the world, did you say?
I would say that, yeah.
Nice, yeah,
Creeping up
strong.
Creeping up there slowly.
Solid number 6 at the moment.
Nothing wrong with number 6.
Number 6.
And you were is it right? You were the first black belt.
No.
No,
That was the
that's
first
a
black
myth.
belt. No, that is a myth.
Fine.
I'll
Not in the
take that,
world.
though.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
not in the world. Definitely not in the world. No.
And so you now coach jiu-jitsu and MMA, is that right?
Yeah, that's right.
Well, and you did MMA?
I had 40 professional MMA fights over a 20-year career from 2003 to 2023.
Okay, amazing. Yeah, your fights were phenomenal. So
Even the losses were pretty good.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, and John, can you tell everyone all about you, please? Where to start?
Where to start? I started fighting when I was in 1996, when I was 16, and I retired in 2022, so 4 decades.
Incredible.
And I fought pretty much every kind of rule system you could have. Actually, I did fight every rule system.
You did, yeah.
Yeah, I was one of the first to fight MMA in this country in 1999, and then kind of made the biggest mistake of my career and go, this will never take off.
Who knew? The biggest combat sport in the world.
And kind of left it and carried on. But I'm probably better known as a kickboxer. Well, I'm better known as a kickboxer. And then since I retired, I kind of moved more into boxing, coaching, because I always preferred boxing when I was fighting. So yeah.
Cool. And how do you guys know each other? Is it from Urban Kings or?
It is from Urban Kings.
Which is
Urban
a gym?
Kings Yeah, which is another gym.
Yeah, another gym.
And
which is a gym that's shut down
It's
down
shut
the
down.
road.
yeah,
Down the road.
just down the road.
And we've nicked all the people, so now
Exactly.
everyone works here.
Nick the coaches, the star, everything.
Yeah.
We were talking about this on the way up.
Yeah, it's
and
quite
we
funny,
were trying
yeah.
to figure out how many years, probably about 12, 13 years
Yeah.
we've known each other.
John trained me for a bunch of my fights as well. And he
Okay.
trains a lot of my friends as well for their fights.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool. And so I use the term retirement with John loosely because every time you say you're going to retire, then it feels like then you have another fight. Was that ever the same with you? Did you decide you were going to retire, then came back, or
Do you know
not
something?
came back? It was like good because you won a world title and things like that, so it was totally fine. But
Retiring is tough when you're still in there mixing it up with the current professionals and taking rounds off of them.
yeah,
I mean, I got offered a fight in Miami in 5 weeks. I just can't make the weight. That's the story of it now. I'm a little
Yeah.
bit too big to make 66 kilos, but it's never really over. There's always an opportunity that comes your way, and you're like, what's the worst that's going to happen?
Yeah.
I've fought loads of times.
Yeah.
I've been punched in the face loads.
Yeah.
To get punched in the face one more time, it's not going to change much.
yeah. But like, so before you did retire, were you like, I'm going to retire, I'm not going to retire, or did you just decide and that was it, or how did you come to
No,
deciding to retire?
there was a pivotal point where I took 3 losses in a row, 2 broken hands and a broken nose, and that's the most I've ever been hurt in 40 fights. Those last 3, and I was like, yeah, I'm done.
Yeah.
My body can't take it anymore. I'm not performing at the highest level. My reaction time slowed down, so I was like, I'm smart enough to say, yeah, I'm done.
Okay, cool. How about you, John? What was
Pretty
it?
much the same. You know, it was the same, and I've said it before as well. My last fight, I kind of self-sabotaged myself because I started the camp at like 110 kilos to fight at like 81. But more to the point, when I was in there, I knew from the first bell I just didn't have it. Like, it's just split seconds, like Ash said. Reactions just weren't there.
Yeah.
And almost, if I'm honest, kind of desensitized to the whole thing where it was like an ordinary day. That's how it felt. And I just didn't perform because of it. And I don't know. I think in hindsight, looking back now as a coach, looking back at it, although I've been a coach for years, I was a coach when I was still fighting. Looking back on it, the whole camp was a weight loss camp that I had nothing on the night, and that's that. But yeah, it split seconds. It's the damage over the years, etc. But like you say, him and I both get offered stuff, and I was offered something recently which may or may not come off. But I think in the blink of an eye for me, and I know for him, like if you offer us something which seems like it's winnable, we'll take it.
Yeah, that's cool. And I think for me, when you after that fight, it was like really difficult to watch somebody who really loves something and it's such a big part of like who they are feel like that wasn't kind of gonna, it wasn't gonna be a big part of their life anymore. And it seemed hard.
But that's where I think especially the last couple of years, Ash and I came very close because he was the person that actually pulled me to one side.
That's what.
And he kind of goes, do you know what? There's something wrong here. You're suffering. I don't know what's suffering because I was like, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. Like, and you both know me personally. My life has always been absolute chaos all the time. Still is.
100%.
Like, it still is. Let's face it. But in that chaos, fighting gave me something. Even to deal with it and stuff like that. So he pulled me aside, said, "You need to roll." And I've been in and out of it over my career.
Of course.
I had different fights.
Rolling is jiu-jitsu, just FYI.
Yeah. And so I started jiu-jitsu, and because of him, I found something I loved that I was like, right, I can do this instead. This is cool, and you know. So and that's helped certainly.
Yeah, because you're the number one coach.
Because you're the number one coach. I knew it,
And I could train anybody in jiu-jitsu, see, even John.
Yeah.
So is that kind of, how did you handle retirement, and did you find something else to channel it through, or was it like just coaching that you turned to, or what
I was lucky where I can easily close the door on anything.
Yeah.
As soon as I was like, cool, no more fighting, I just threw myself totally into coaching. That was it. And since then I think I've coached Nathaniel to 12 UFC fights. I got Lonnie into the UFC after negotiating contracts with him. And I'm just very fully immersed in the MMA world still, just not on the competitive side.
Okay.
I still go live with all my athletes every day.
Yeah.
That's what keeps me, sane, I would say.
Yeah.
And that's also the danger as well, isn't it?
I was going to say, don't you get jealous?
No, not at all.
Okay, cool.
No. They're jealous of me.
Okay.
I've got 2 world titles.
Yeah.
I've had 40 fights. You've had 17.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've got more broken bones than you.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I'll try and just trump them over everything. That's it.
Yeah. So I guess with both of your like experience of fighting and stuff, and kind of knowing what the kind of parts that you need to find in yourself to be successful. Like everybody can be good at something, but not everyone could be like a really successful, good fighter and win stuff. Like is that how do you like pick between people? Like, how is it that you pick like your fighters and stuff? Do you just sometimes go for people because they're
I
like
don't pick
rich or?
fighters.
Pardon?
I don't pick them. They come to me. So like again, you know, like I kind of have a rule. If someone comes to me and they ask me for help, I will very, very rarely say no to anyone. It's not because I like them. It's not because I think they're good. It's because I feel like I owe it to this sport that's been so good to me that I'm willing to help everyone until a point, you know?
Yeah.
As long as they want to do it, as long as I see that they want to do it, I'll help them. At the point I see, you know, that they're not, you know, able, they're not into it, they can't do it, is the point I walk away. But very rarely do I, as a coach, do I walk away from anyone. But that's, I don't pick my fighters on talent or anything like that. If someone asks me for help, I'll give it to them if they're a decent level. And I feel, and then from that's how we're here.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Because I didn't know you when Newman brought you in, and everybody. Like, I don't know anyone until I work with them. But over time, look how close we've all come.
Yeah.
And so, from that, for me, like, it's a little bit deeper than just working with an amazing athlete. Like, you know, you're my family. You know, that's it. You know.
I feel like you're going to say something
Yeah,
completely
I'm
the opposite.
completely the opposite. I am very, to come and ask me for help, the audacity of it.
Yeah.
Who are you?
I'm the number one
It is,
coach.
no, it is. I'm
Yeah.
like, who are you to ask me for help? First of all, you've been in my gym for 11 seconds.
Yeah.
Show me you want it more,
Yeah.
and then I might help you. I probably won't.
Okay.
But then show me some dedication.
Yeah.
You need to get guys to turn up, oh, coach, can you corner me? No. I don't even know you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Why
It's
am I
a big
why am I-
time commitment
Yeah.
coaching people anyway. So.
Because I'm like, John, I'm not half in, half out. If I'm
Yeah.
training you,
Yeah.
well, that means I need to speak to you every day.
Yeah.
I watch all of your rounds.
Yeah.
I generally spar you every day. To have that from me, you got to show some form of dedication. I'm
Yeah.
not just gonna do that to everybody. I refuse to do that to everybody. I refuse to do it to everybody. In fact, that's the problem, because people are like, oh, Ash picks and chooses. I don't pick and choose. Just show me some dedication.
So dedication is really important. What?
Yeah.
And then what if someone was really dedicated, but then they were like didn't have like? Then would you sack
Oh,
them
no,
off after
listen,
that?
if you're not willing to get hurt, don't. It's not how I fight.
This
Watch
is a
me.
long criterion now. I like
Yeah.
this.
It's not a criteria. It's like, go in there knowing that you could lose. I don't care if you lose. I generally don't care.
Yeah.
As long as you put in all the hard work, you train as hard as you possibly can, it's who's the better man on the day.
Yeah.
But if you're missing sessions,
Yeah.
and, oh, coach, I don't want to spar today because
yeah.
I've got an ouchy foot, I'm not a coach for you. I
Yeah,
generally
yeah.
I'm not interested.
Yeah.
Like, I will call you names. I'll
Yeah.
make fun of your mum.
Yeah.
Like, if
The
you're
best
not,
thing about coaching is trolling your fighters.
yeah, all the time. We have Lonnie's downstairs right now.
Yeah.
I make fun of how short he is. I make fun of his. I'm towards him. I make fun of all the girls he sleeps with.
What a
all of
lucky
that.
guy. Yeah.
Do you know what? But you know what? He'll turn up every day. If I tell him kill, he'll kill.
Yeah,
if I tell
yeah,
him ease off, he'll ease off. If I say, Lon, we're training at 9:30 this morning, and then you're going to spar afterwards, he's like, okay, coach.
Yeah.
There's trust in me, I trust you. And that's dedication and obviously obsession.
Yeah.
If you're not sending me videos
Yeah.
and show me, Ash, how'd you do this?
Yeah.
Why did he do that?
Yeah.
If you're just turning up doing pads, and
Yeah.
I'm not a coach for you.
Yeah. I feel like as well, like, because I was just when you were talking, I was like, I remembered how annoying I am just before I fight, like putting
I'm
up
sure
with
John
people,
agrees.
and and he definitely does, and like just how emotional people get and all that sort of stuff that you have to deal with as well.
There's two things like I feel like, and I was thinking about this today when we were doing this, and Ash and I, we're actually from the same era.
Yeah.
So our perspective. So while I say I work with people and stuff like that, my tolerance for people is still fairly low, and my standards are quite high because when we came up in the late 90s, mid 90s, me, I know who was fighting by the time the late 90s, early 2000s. It was the Wild West, right? It was the Wild West. You would turn up to a show, and generally it was Epping Forest Country Club or Circus Tavern.
I was at Circus Tavern, yeah.
Right? And you would go to a room, and they'd weigh you and go, oh, how many fights you had? How many fights you had?
Yeah.
Okay, you two are fighting. No one's checking your gloves. I remember fighting a guy who had those old school bag gloves on. Like no one was checking gloves. But like this was the Wild West.
You're fighting now, that's it.
When you come up in the Wild West, you become a cowboy.
Yeah.
That's literally it. Yeah, that's literally it. That's it.
What a creative butterfly.
Sharpshooter.
Yeah.
But that's the thing, and I think eras have changed,
Yeah.
where what we had to do wasn't good for us. No one was looking after
No,
us.
definitely
No one was
Yeah.
looking after us, but it made us very hard men. And I don't know if that era of hard men there's not as many around. There
Yeah.
are some around. Don't get me wrong,
Yeah.
and all the good fighters are hard men. But
Yeah.
compared to what it was, where everyone who used to fight, they only fought because they wanted to fight. They
Yeah.
didn't fight because of a flex on social media and this and that and blah, blah, blah. They just wanted to fight. So everyone was there to fight.
Yeah.
You were like me. I had a day job. I'm a plumber by trade.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
you know, like I remember fighting for the British team. We went to Russia, and we all turned up. We all had our own jobs, and Warren Brown was on the
Yeah.
team. Turned up in jeans and all that. We go to where was it, Kyrgyzstan? They're like it's billboards with their team in tracksuits and all that, and we kind of turned up ragtag. But it was all guys who would do anything to fight.
Yeah.
And I fought for a world title then in 1999. I got paid 180 quid.
My first fight was in a strip club, and I got £100.
Nice.
£100.
What benefits though for
No,
the strip
it
club?
was empty.
Oh right, that's
No,
sad.
the warm-up area was brought by the poles. That's
Okay.
that's a true story. Upstairs of the Circus Tavern.
That's
That's
incredible.
a true story.
That's
And just
incredible.
like John said, I remember turning up and like, what'd you weigh? I was like, 70 kilos. Okay, this guy weighs 72. You took a fight. I was like, okay. There was no training camps. There was no
Yeah.
video. I don't think YouTube was around then.
Nothing.
Which is
was
how
right.
old we are,
Do you know,
unfortunately.
it used to be a guy, you remember Steve Holdsworth? He used to sit by the ring. Used to be a guy sitting by the ring, and he used to record your fights, and like have a VHS in. He'd record
Yeah.
it and commentate your fight.
Nice.
You go and buy it for 20 quid after, right? But I remember like seeing, this is quite a funny story. I remember seeing a guy, he was in a Thai boxing fight, and he got kicked in the stomach, and he shat himself, right? And obviously it was on VHS. So now if that happened, like within
Oh my
seconds, you're
God.
around
Yeah,
the world,
yeah.
you've gone viral. I remember
just bought the tape and then destroyed
Steve went
it,
like
yeah.
this. He went, turned off his thing. That VHS would never see the light of day
Yeah,
again,
yeah.
you know? That was that era.
Well,
Lucky.
so when you're like with your fighters and stuff like that, kind of, I guess, with retirement, are there any times that you've said to people, listen, I think you're done now, or is that not your place? You'd never really.
I don't think I have any athletes who are at that point
Yeah.
yet.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You've just never
not
said
yet.
it to me, but
Listen, again, like, I think my thing is, it's a little bit different for me, because I always see it as I'm just here to back what people want to do, you know, and that's my thing. And you know, with my fighters, I'm close with the good fighters, so we have that relationship where if I thought they shouldn't fight, I would tell them they shouldn't fight.
Yeah.
100%, because I don't want to see them get hurt, and
Yeah.
it's worth me falling out with someone to prevent them getting killed. And
yeah.
Oh,
the-
they work
the
out in
work.
the end. They
Right,
are,
yeah,
they
yeah.
know that
So-
actually he was out for my
but-
better interests.
a couple of times I've had fighters, and I remember one in particular, and she had a fight, and she rang me up after, and she goes, and she got stopped, and she goes, I could have got up, I quit. I said, okay, well, it happens, like it happens. But how does it make you feel? Does it make you feel like you want to go back in there and you want to do this again? You want
Yeah.
to make it right? I said, or are you done? I said, but think about it. Give it a week. Think
Yeah.
about it. Think how it makes you feel. I said, because if you're done, that's the best news I could ever hear. Because you
Yeah.
can walk away from all this shit,
Yeah.
have a normal life, meet a guy, have a family, do whatever you want, you know? So in that respect, they're the only conversations I had. When people come to me, I think sometimes people expect you to go, I'm done with fighting. That's not a bad thing.
Yeah.
That's a good thing.
Yeah, at
You
least
say
no,
that,
no more
but-
Don't
damage.
live a
eh?
normal life.
It's tricky, but like there's so many people, especially in like fighting worlds, where they're always talking about their fights, or it's how like they're like they haven't fought for like 30-40 years, and they're like, oh, in this fight when, and it's it is difficult. How would you guys, obviously you've managed it really well, especially having like being such good friends, how would you help people what would you kind of recommend to people who have retired and how to kind of move forward and find other stuff to do?
Just go and
Take up
find
jiu-jitsu.
another hobby.
Okay.
Not even jiu-jitsu, just anything that's not just going to take up the time.
Yeah.
Because you're used to training for 2 to 4 hours a day.
Yeah.
Start lifting weights, go to the gym, work out, find a new hobby, find something that's going to take up that little bit of mental space before you go mental.
Yeah.
because that's what happens, right?
Or drink, gambling, drugs.
I was going to say, and
Yeah,
that's
there
the
is
other
that.
option.
But,
Yeah.
you know, there is that
all
healthy
the
option.
traditional ones.
Yeah, you know, just go, you know, women, drugs,
Yeah.
alcohol.
Cool.
Yeah, the whole lot.
Yeah.
No, definitely don't do
Double
that. Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely
Oh, why not?
avoid that.
Got brain damage anyway.
Yeah, what's the worst that's going to happen? I won't even remember it.
Guys, don't listen to this. This is not good. All right, cool. Thanks so much, guys. I really appreciate you
Anytime.
coming in. Thanks very much.
You're welcome.
Thanks for having us on, Amy.